From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Because the only thing that should interrupt your listening is, well, nothing. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Now that you have your goals set, how do you stay focused to achieve them? Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome. Okay, here's the question. Serious? How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph? Come on. Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. Let's go. This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman. And push it out.
Hello, my Dark Horse friends and family. Welcome back to your daily dose of stay focused on your objectives, learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you, well, that's infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur or one in the making. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another daily success episode coming to you straight from Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into success with some actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up your game, because as we already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. All right, here we are, Friday. We have spent the week talking about setting your goals and getting your goals done and all that kind of noise. And I thought that was pretty important to start off our year when so many folks are focused on New Year's resolutions. You know, back in the day when I did lots and lots of speaking, I still do, but I used to do lots and lots more of. And as a speaker in the area of goal setting and achievement, I am and was often asked about my opinion of what I believe the keys towards reaching your goals and objectives are. Now, while this answer to this question alone could be, and I have done it, given a half-day seminar, I want to take this episode here to share what I'll call the top 10. But before I get started, please realize one thing above all launches you towards your goals faster than all the top 10 lists that you'll ever hear about on a podcast or read on the internet. All of your goals, dreams, and aspirations are going to require not only effort, but sustained effort, y'all. You gotta listen to this, right? The best analogy I could give, and I've used this before, is pushing a car. Now, I was a gearhead growing up, still kind of at some level, not as much as I used to be. And I had a 73 AMC Matador, and a 77 Javelin. And these muscle cars weren't always in prime top running shape. They were prone to break down. And of course, during the course of my life, I ran out of gas, you know, being a kid, right? Or something just went wrong and I had to push the car. And now you strain your muscles, right? You got to get that, oh my God, you got to get that sucker going. You strain your muscles to get that car in motion. The sweat's pouring from your brow. And finally, right after your feet are sliding a little bit, right, the wheels begin to turn. And once that 1,200, 800, 1,400 pound car is in motion, the pushing becomes slightly easier, right? You're not putting in all that effort at once, right? But all you have to do is continue to put forth a little effort, right? And soon you'll be at the gas station. Well, you know, there's just no hills or anything, right? But if you would be to stop pushing anyone, just even for a second, even for a moment, you'd have to put forth so much more effort just to get going, to get those wheels turning once again. You see, achieving your goals is much like pushing a car. You cannot work for a day or two, then put it down and stop. Pick up your goal, 2-3 weeks later and work for a day or two and stop again, right? You can, but it's not very effective. You need to put in consistent effort that will get those wheels rolling. And once you have that 1,200-pound monster rolling forward at a good speed, all you have to do is keep putting forth a little consistent effort. And it's with this type of consistency that you'll reach your goals far faster than that start and stop method that we've seen so many people practicing these days and in the past. So I want to share with you today what I think are 10 of the ways that you can focus that consistent effort to get more out of the effort that you do put forth. And I found these techniques, these ways very useful over the years, and honestly believe that if you put them to work for you, you'll be able to reap their rewards much as I have. Now, mind you, I've already shared a few of these, so I won't go into them, all of them deeply, but I wanted to share those again because they're part of the top 10. So number one, obviously, is write your primary goals down, right? We spent a whole week talking about this. There's something that happens when you put pen to paper and write down your goals, right? It seems to activate your mind and your goals become written into your subconscious, right? Making you more aware of situations and people and events that will help bring your goals to you faster. Number two, rewrite your top 10 goals daily. Yeah. Each day, rewrite what you believe your top 10 goals are without looking at your previous lists. This process, and I've done this, will accomplish a couple of things. One, it's going to deeply embed your high priority goals into your subconscious, right? It's going to get it in there. Say, all right, this is what I really need to focus on, right? Again, helping you identify, make you more aware of those situations, people, and events that can help make those goals come into your life faster. Number two is it's going to weed out those goals that are important today, right? Those are the goals that are really not high important on your long-term priority list. Those ones that are high on your long-term priority list will consistently remain on your top 10 list. And other ones will pop in and fall out to whatever you're thinking of that day or that week. Now, this will help you focus on what's truly important rather than those whims and that you might fall victim to, that shiny object syndrome, for example. Number three, it narrows your focus. You see, by only focusing on a few goals at a time, right? That's how you're going to narrow your focus. Pick those goals that are truly yours and that are your heart's deepest desire. Then focus all your efforts like a laser beam to their completion. Right? Take that top 10 list and zero in on 3 to 5 goals that mean the most to you. The 3 to 5 goals that you know you have that deep desire to reach. Number 4, develop a plan of action. Once you determine what you want to accomplish, you now have to begin to lay out how you're going to go about accomplishing it, right? What skills do you need to develop, right? What skills do you need to make sure you have that you're going to use to make this plan into reality? What contacts do you have to make? And if you have to make contacts, what can you do to serve them, right? Just don't go out there and ask people to be giving you things. Go out there and serve them so it becomes this reciprocity, give in order to receive, right? What steps do you need to take to get from where you are today to where you want to get, right? Who do you have to become? Here's another question. Be aware that your plans also may change as you go along, gaining new insights and information. But you need to have a plan today in order to know what comes next. The knowledge of what you need to do next will do wonders to keep you focused. Number 5, we're going to dive deep into our mind here. Envision your goal already achieved. The great achievers of today and yesterday, they all had this one key ability, and that's the ability to see their goal as already accomplished, right? Just pause. And you've heard me tell you to do this a number of times on this podcast, and Be detailed in the vision of your goal. Pause and feel that pride of its accomplishment. What will your friends say and your associates say about you once you've reached your goal? What will your spouse say about you? What will your kids say about you? How will they look at you? How will you look at yourself? How will you dress, right? What kind of car are you going to drive? What kind of house are you going to live in, right? What kind of vacations will you take, right? What kind of impact will you have on those you serve? The more detail and the more emotion that you can insert into the vision of your accomplishment, the more that vision will drive you towards its accomplishment. All right, let's get a little woo-woo for a minute, okay? For some folks, this might seem woo-woo, but number 6, empower yourself with affirmations. All right. Take some daily time, or when you take that daily time to write down your top 10 goals, write them in that present personal tense that we talked about yesterday, right? Example, right? I weigh 160 pounds. Say that rather than I want to lose weight, or I earn $10,000 a month, rather than writing I want to earn more money. See, these, and then now that you've written them down, read them aloud. Now, don't just sit there, passively. Stand tall. Hold your shoulders straight. Hold them back. Head held high. Imagine there's a Superman or Batman cape flowing from your shoulders, right? Ooh, yeah. Stand there firm. And then with a firm, positive voice, read your goals aloud. That's going to ignite those passions and that pride within you. Those things we talked about in your vision, right? That passion to achieve your goal and that pride of what it would feel like to reach it. All right. Number 7, take daily action. I don't know how often I got to say this one. No matter how small, one little step towards your goal. Do not let a single day go by that you do not take some sort of step towards your goal, right? This is where that consistency we're talking about in moving that 1,200-pound monster will pay big. Do not let that 1,200-pound monster stop rolling, or you're going to have to stop and start all over and get that sucker going again by pushing even harder just to get it moving again. Break your large goals down into smaller goals and take those smaller goals and break them down into single executable tasks and work on those tasks daily until complete. And this brings us right into number 8. Track your progress. You see, you cannot effectively see that which you do not track, and you cannot change that which you cannot see. Create ways to see how far you are towards your goal. I don't care whether you're creating charts, timelines, scribbles on the wall with crayons, whatever works for you, right? Create charts and timelines so that you'll see where you are, whether you're falling behind or whether you're pulling ahead, so that you can make adjustments to your plans as needed, right? And there are a number of programs out there that can help you do this. Something simple as a little Google sheet somewhere you got written down, or there are charting programs, but use anything that will motivate you by allowing you to see where you are along your road to success. And now that you're tracking, you're going to create milestones. And then, number 9, you're going to celebrate those milestones. Now, this is just another great reason to track your progress, is so that you can set and celebrate your milestone. All large goals are going to be broken down into smaller goals, into milestones that you can recognize and pat yourself on the back when you complete them. Hell, tell someone else to pat you on the back, whatever it takes. As you reach each one of those milestones, applaud yourself, reward yourself. Pause and celebrate. Feel that accomplishment, right? There you go. Put your hands on your hips, throw your shoulders back. Yeah, nod your head. Oh yeah, I did that. And as you savor this triumph, you'll believe more strongly that you'll be able to reach your ultimate goal. And that will motivate you to take that next step towards that next milestone. All right? Last but not least, network and surround yourself with people, with like-minded people, right? And like-minded groups. Surround yourself with those that will not only encourage your accomplishments, but challenge you to get those suckers done, right? None of us are going to accomplish any big goal alone. you're going to need the assistance of others. So get out there and network and surround yourself with folks that will positively move you towards the very goal you're trying to achieve. Heck, get out there and help them achieve theirs. All right. Now, here's the thing. Anytime I have put any one of these into use, I've seen great advances in my ability to get things done. Now, when I've put all 10 of these techniques to work for me at the same time, what? I have reached my goal far faster than I could have ever imagined. Any one of these alone will get you to your goal faster, but I would highly encourage you to put all 10 of these steps into action towards your goal today. If you do, I know I'll be hearing about your success in the very, very near future. All right, you got it. 10 ways to keep your butt motivated to getting those goals we've talked about all week done. That wraps up another awesome week here at the Dark Horse HQ. I hope you enjoyed our focus on goal setting and you've taken some steps towards mapping out, writing down, mapping out, and laying out your success path towards your goals. Now, I know you want to keep getting all these daily success tips, so make sure you go on down there and mash that subscribe button. While you're there, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review and leave us some kind words leave us a 5-star rating and some kind words in the review. That helps us get exposed to more folks and have bigger impact to others. And of course, don't keep all this entrepreneurial GOLD all to yourself. Share this podcast with a friend, a fellow entrepreneur or businessman you know will get benefit from it. Hey, and while you're at it, come over and hang out with us over in the Facebook group. Go to facebook.com and type in Dark Horse Tribe in that search bar. We should be right there on the top. Come in, hang out with us, ask questions, answer questions, and start networking with those that will push you towards reaching your goal. If for some reason you're not able to find us that way, go to your favorite web browser, type in darkhorseschooling.com/Dark Horse Tribe, all one word, and that should take you right there. I look forward to meeting you in the group. All right, you get out there, you set your goals. And you keep focused towards them, and then run your race. Get your results and let me hear about them. Yeah, come and tell me in the group. Shoot me an email, Tracy@darkhorseschooling.com. Until next week, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
And you know this.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.